Hi folks, Van Prepper here with another SAFE Act and Gun News update. Governor Andrew Cuomo here in New York has announced very proudly and loudly that he is donating, or not he's donating, but the government is releasing in grants $135,000 to 13 shooting ranges at different parts of the state. That is fantastic, Governor. But if you think that gun owners in this state are stupid enough to forget about the SAFE Act because you released a paltry $135,000, which, by the way, he dictated could not be spent on guns or ammunition. So it's going to be just like maintenance, ground maintenance, and building maintenance, I guess. But Governor Cuomo, we're not going to fall for that. It's absolute nonsense. It's an election year. He's trying to do anything he can to get back some of the gun votes that he's lost. New York State originally planned, I said in my video yesterday that the state police had announced that they had no idea when they were going to be able to get the background check system up and running. The reason for that, we're coming to find out, is that New York State thought when they passed this law they would simply be able to piggyback onto the NICS, the National Instant Criminal Background Check system that's in place for firearm purchases. The problem is that it isn't legal to run that on to use that system for ammunition purchases, so they couldn't piggyback on it, and they were left in the lurch, and now they're scrambling to come up with a system to do it on their own. They had no idea that expense was going to come along with it, and now they have really put themselves in a tough spot. But New York, you deserve it because you kind of suck, New York government. Finally, and this is vitally important, in Illinois, they have Illinois Bill HB 4715, and the bill states that every gun must be registered. Every single gun you own has to be registered if you live in the state of Illinois if this bill passes. And here's what they've done that other states have not done, and this is really and vitally important. To help enforce this, the second part, besides the gun registration, is that in order to buy ammunition of any caliber, you must have the registration card indicating that you have a firearm of that caliber. This is how they are going to enforce compliance with this registration. We've seen in Connecticut and New York, where I live, that people are not going to comply with these registrations. They just don't do it. But if suddenly they were completely unable to get ammunition in this state because they had the ammunition purchases, the ability to purchase ammunition was tied to this registration, that would force the registration issue a lot more on gun owners, I think. So I don't care. If you are an Illinois resident, first of all, start burning up those phone lines. Start blowing up the internet. Just call, email, text message, whatever you have to do. Get on their Facebook page, get on their Twitter, and every state rep that you have, just get on that man or that woman and make them understand that this is not a good idea and that you are not going to stand for this. And if you are outside of Illinois, I got to tell you a secret. You start hitting them up on Facebook, on Twitter, on you start emailing them. They don't check where you live. Email, call, hit them on Twitter, hit them on Facebook. Pass, share when you see this article. I'm going to put a link to this article in the description of this video. Share it everywhere you can, because if this passes in Illinois and people comply with this registration so that they can still get ammunition, then New York will be adopting it, and Connecticut will be adopting it, and Maryland will be adopting it, and California will be adopting it. And if you think because you don't live in one of those states that this doesn't affect you, forget it. Whatever goes in one state is going to eventually be knocking at your door. Read the poem The Hangman. When they came for me, there was no one left to speak up. Don't let that happen. Speak up right now and get involved. Tell your friends, not just your friends that are Second Amendment supporters already, but have meaningful and intelligent conversations with your friends that are of the opposing view and invite them to the gun range, whatever you can do to win over some converts to the side of freedom, because we need to stop this where it is. I'm Van Prepper, and this has been another Gun Safe Act and Gun News Update. Happy shooting.